Hello and welcome to this masterclass. I'm Mia Signs. And let's get started, ladies. How to find your committed, emotionally available man and create your dream relationship, even if you doubt there's any good men left. Who is this for? Women who want to find a deep, connected love and realize their past experiences are blocking the way. In the next 45 minutes, you'll learn the real reason you're not attracting emotionally available men and how to shift your energy so you can. How to truly see your own value so you stop falling for the same guy and being disappointed every time. The truth about a man's commitment level and the way he treats you. This is everything. The exact 3 inner wounds that need to be healed before you will be attractive to your ideal match. My promise to you, I'm going to show you how to find your committed, emotionally available man and create your dream relationship, even if you doubt there are any good men left. The lay of the land. You must do the inner work to claim the creative power necessary to manifest the relationship you want. There is no quick pill to swallow. Love is not found outside of you. It begins inside. You are truly magnificent, even if no one has ever told you so. You are not alone, and you can have what you desire. Even if you've been victimized, you don't have to live as a victim. You can change the energy and outcome of your story. Does this sound like you? You're struggling to feel love. You want a dream. Well, we all want a dream. You want a deep connected relationship, not just sex. And you also want a sexy relationship that's just not intimacy. You want both. You believe it's not going to work for you, and you'll always be alone. You've given up trying because every man turns out to be a disappointment. You think all your opportunities for love are gone. You've wondered if you've had too much baggage and will anyone want me? You look in the mirror and you think, I'm too ugly, too fat, too thin, too old, just not worthy to attract someone. Do you keep thinking, if I were only someone else, I'd have another person's life, I could have that amazing relationship? If there were more emotionally available men out there, if you had a better role model for love relations growing up, things would be different. The truth is, none of these things are the real problem. It's just that no one's given you the steps to love yourself so you can attract a healthy partner into your life. Once you master these steps, you'll look in the mirror and feel appreciation for who you are. You will love your body, no matter the age or size. Guess what? This is super sexy. Once you master these steps, you'll show up in your life as confident. This attracts a confident, healthy man. Your self-worth and boundaries will automatically come into play. No more being a people pleaser. Once you master these steps, your energy will be very bright and you'll no longer be hidden or overlooked. I'm Mia Signs. I teach women to love themselves and to find the love they desire. I'm a love activist and I've been one my entire life. I have 40 clients that have gotten married, even more who have found their soulmates. I teach worth and value, confidence, feminine grace, self-love. I feel I'm a feminine beauty. Why? Because I do this work on a committed, regular basis, and it elevates me as it will elevate you. One who looks the deepest fear in the face. I support my clients because I looked my deepest fears in the face. and worked through them. And I support my clients doing the same. And there are so many other accolades. I have a magazine called Bella Mia. It's a self-love empowerment magazine for women. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I've had radio shows. I've been in business over 12 years. I have had, I believe it's about 200 private clients and several thousand group clients. Very, very powerful stuff that we teach here. But it wasn't always that way. And let me tell you why. I was painfully shy. My childhood trauma was so out of control that I didn't know how to laugh. So I was raised metaphysical. I'm a third generation practitioner. Most people would think that I would have had a great life, but I had a very abusive mother who was mentally ill. And it seemed to like all the great stuff seemed to skip that gene. So my child became out of control because of all the trauma. I was at a party one night. I was married young at 18. I was at a party when I was about 21 with my husband, a dinner party. And the gentleman sitting next to me, after the story was told and everybody was laughing, said to me, "Wasn't that funny?" And I said, "Yes, it was." And he said, "But you're not laughing." And I said, "Oh, yes, I am." And he said, "No, you're not." And I realized in that moment that I could not express outward, that my voice box was closed. And it happens. Our voice language box, it shuts down due to trauma. I was so depressed that I didn't look in the mirror for nearly 8 years. I nearly died when my body shut down. I was so extremely destructive with my saboteur, as if I was playing Russian roulette. So let me take you back up, but also fast forward through my life to 9/11. Due to my CPTSD, which is complex or early childhood PTSD, when 9/11 hit, I didn't even live in New York. I lived in California. We lived in Los Angeles. We lived by Los Angeles Airport. And they were saying that LAX was going to be bombed. And I was fearful for my children. And my post-traumatic stress disorder just went into high gear instantly. It changed who I was. I had a psychotic break from it. I reverted back to childhood. It took a long time to come forward. I sought help. Things were getting better. And then in 2005, I was getting my kids ready for junior high at a store that you can buy everything out. I can't say the name of it. And 5 boxes repeatedly hit me in the head. And I was taken away by ambulance. And it took another 3 years until in 2008, which is the beginning of this new life for me, when doctors told me that my organs were closing and I had to get my affairs in order. I had less than 2 years to live. What do you do with that? You tell your children, your husband, your family, and you try to deal. A month later was my birthday, and that was my awakening moment, where I went out to the couch so that I could look at my kids because I was in a wheelchair. I went to physical therapy 5 days a week, an hour and a half a day. My life was not worth living. And I was sitting on the couch enjoying my children. It was my birthday. And I heard a voice that said, "You've been unhappy your whole life. What would it be like to be happy?" And in that moment, everything came forward. This process, the dream, believe, create, came forward. And at first I said, "I don't know how to do that." And I heard the voice say, "Yes, you do. Examine the 5 pillars of life." And you'll get this if you want. It's in for free in the treasure trove on my website. I have a free download with all sorts of things that will support the self-love journey. But the remarkable thing about this is during that time, I dreamt what my life would look like in the areas of spirituality, relationship, body, home, work, and recreated it. And what I discovered was I wanted to live. I wanted to be alive. I wanted to do the things that I saw. And so guess what happened? Yep, I created it. You dream it, you believe it enough, and you create it. It's a process that is magnificent. And so from there, I left my husband, started a new life, because that was part of it. I recognized that he was not alive and I was dying because I was not alive. I created an amazing life. I've had amazing love. I got married again to an amazing man. We have to work on ourselves in order to create the other. So that's a little bit about my story. So discovering the 5 steps. Step 1, love yourself first. Bold truth, if you don't love yourself, you'll turn love away without realizing it. Love is an energy and people can feel it. Love is an open energy. And when you love yourself, you're able to express that love outward with confidence. Men aren't attracted to women when they're closed off from love. It's a closed energy and you're closed off to the connection, which means your soulmate could walk right past you and both of you would never even know it. Why? Because you're not ready. Until you truly love yourself, you will keep attracting and dating the same man who affirms your self-doubt and your negative self-image. You'll keep duplicating loneliness. You will spiral into a deeper dislike of yourself, not understanding there's a way out. You'll spend the next holiday in pain alone, like you have before. You won't be confident in yourself. And what have you to offer? That's what we tend to think. When you aren't confident, you'll take people into your life. You won't choose people in your life. I'm going to repeat that because that's really important. When you aren't confident, you take people into your life. You won't choose the people in your life. Until you truly love yourself, you won't be confident in yourself and what you have to offer. Men find confident women sexy. When you aren't confident, you'll take people into your life. You won't choose people in your life. I want to talk a little bit about this men find confident women sexy. Doesn't matter what size you are, if you're too skinny, too heavy, doesn't matter what your personal belief is about yourself. If you have confidence, you glow, you shine, you're beautiful, and they see you. So many women have never taken care of themselves like this, that they don't understand. I've been studying self-love for 33 years, teaching it for 12. And so I want to share that this is the most important thing right here. Men find confident women sexy. Believe me, believe me. Okay, and about the taking people into your life and not choosing people. We allow people in when we're not in our highest self, when we elevate up and work through and get rid of all the garbage. What happens is we get to choose, and that's where the magic begins. When you love yourself, you'll begin to see yourself as beautiful and be confident in your body, how you look and how you represent yourself. You'll exude the energy of self-love. This is a powerful feminine trait. You'll start attracting a completely new type of man who relates to you on a soul level. And you'll notice all those Mr. Wrongs start to fade away. You'll become more confident in your own ability to choose because you know your beauty, your intellect, your humor, your love, your value, and your ability to call in or manifest your mate. Change your relationship with the mirror. Most people, when they look in the mirror, have an adverse reaction. The reason affirmations don't work is because there's a self-hatred when people look in the mirror. It takes developing a relationship between you and yourself. The confidence that you develop becomes very powerful when you begin to look at yourself in love. This allows you to fully witness who you are and how beautiful you truly are and look. When you can look inward and see what you don't like about you, this is a step that transforms your entire life. You are able to change those aspects. I want you to meet Eva. Eva broke up with her fiance on the way to their location wedding. She found she was dating the same guy over and over, but of course, each one had a different face. Learning to love and connect to her feminine self-love, her life changed. She even found her blocks had been healed. Learn how to break the energy that was blocking her from consistent happiness. What I taught with her, I teach with everyone. It's very powerful. And this does not just change in relationships, it changes in our relationships also with our family and friends and the way we work and the way we see ourselves. Really, truly beautiful. She's a stunning woman. Step 2, shift your trauma story. It's nearly impossible to have the confidence when your scared, broken inner child goes on every date. There is a moment when you are not in control. Think about it. You're sitting with your date and you're putting all your old, tired stories about your wounds forward. You are practically begging your date to change your story. You need to we also need to make contact with your inner child and save her. You are her heroine. Trying to get a man to parent your inner child will only drive away the confident, healthy men you're looking for. Without doing the work to rescue your own inner child, you are basically saying, I'd rather hang out with broken men who will try to fix me or run away when I'm vulnerable. Once you learn to heal your trauma story, you will naturally be drawn to men who can meet you in your vulnerability and stand with you in your strength. You will have no more interest in being rescued or in men who are more comfortable relating with your brokenness. Your dating conversations will be about common interests and the wonderful things you can do together. You will feel confident about when to continue a relationship and when to end one that would have repeated the same past. Once you learn to heal your trauma story, your life will fill up with quality options and the disappointments will fall away. If you don't heal this trauma, you'll keep dating the same guy. You'll keep dating the same guy over and over again with the same results. You'll keep struggling with loneliness and withdrawal. You'll keep driving healthy men away. You'll keep wishing someone would love you. And you're reinforcing the lie that no one can. Your trauma story lies within your inner child. The inner child is a younger you, and the stories are held within them. The energy shifts dramatically. Within our psyche, the younger aspect of us recognizes the older version of us. Our emotional intelligence level rises, our EQ. This is Angela and her success story. Angela was married and divorced. She then repeated the same relationship for another 10 years with a different man. Feeling frustrated, she came to me. She didn't know how easy and responsive her relationship could be until she connected to her inner child, which has been the game changer for her. Her energy around her own love has changed. The way she connects with men, it is completely different. She is completely happy. Step 3, tame your saboteur. Your saboteur is the meanest girl you'll ever meet. Truth. Your saboteur is the meanest girl because she's the one who stops you from investing in you. She stops you from believing in yourself and keeps you in self-doubt. She stops the movement forward due to fear. It can be so subtle that you didn't know it even happened. She puts you in the back seat of the car instead of being in the driver's seat. You're not in control. I want to jump in here and point out in the story that I told you about being in the wheelchair in that moment on my birthday where everything in my life changed. I was sitting there on the couch as this information was coming down to me, and I was wanting to do the process that I could see that was so much fun. But my saboteur was literally, I had the meanest saboteur. She was sitting across the room. It was me, but I could see her literally right there in the room with me, across the room, on a stool, looking at me, saying, no, We're not going to do this. We're not going to die. You're not going to be taken out of here on a gurney. And the only reason at that moment, because I had had years of struggle there, apparently, I, like other people, we get foggy and stuff, and we have our illnesses and we have to break through it. The thing that changed was I said, no, this is my birthday. This is my gift to me. That was the moment I changed my life. Thank God it happened this way. Thank God I changed my life. Thank you for letting me share that. I just thought it was very important. Once you tame your saboteur, you will stop taking yourself out of the game and go out on Saturday nights to enjoy yourself. Your fear of what might happen drastically changes. You actually begin to have a blast. You begin to feel a confidence when you train your saboteur to stop supporting the negative actions. You will feel brighter and happier about yourself. You will stop staying home because all of a sudden you feel you can't go out. You know that feeling of deep fear. You will know you can meet a man that is equal in emotional security. You will begin to live. It will feel like it's the first time in your life. Your energy levels emotionally and physically will rise. You will never have the freedom to actually feel free with yourself and your relationships. That is if you don't tame your saboteur. So let me repeat that because this is really important. You will never have the freedom to actually feel free with yourself and your relationships. You'll be listening to a voice in your head that isn't you, creating the heartache. It's called our monkey mind. You will actually do the inner work that shifts everything about you so you can create a relationship that you desire. The way your inner dialogue and your saboteur operates. Our saboteur is an aspect of the psyche and will literally stop you from moving forward in a positive direction. If it is a newly established, you must make it a practice. I'm known with my clients that practice makes proficiency. Think about it this way. Anyone who wants something valuable has to practice it repeatedly. A ballerina, to be on point, has to do it her entire life. A musician, drummers usually sleep with their sticks. Guitarists are always doodling with their fingers. Horn blowers are always prepping their mouth. They practice, practice, practice. Football players, volleyball players, anyone who wants proficiency and wants to excel practices their entire life. So when you realize that we have not practiced our entire life for the greatness that we want, this is why it's not here. We weren't trained for it. So stepping up and retraining yourself, reparenting yourself is the game changer. It shifts everything. Understand you can conquer this saboteur by moving through this space of discomfort. Begin to listen to your inner yearning and desires. They will be about your dreams and what you truly want. The inner dialogue is oftentimes abusive, and so it's not your true feelings. Moving into a healthy relationship requires you to be at your full capacity. This means that you understand the saboteur that tries to stop you from moving forward. Listen to your self-talk and recognize that it is hurtful. We say 17 negative messages within the first 2 hours of waking. That's what we talked about before. I'm too fat, too thin, too ugly. I'm wrinkly, I'm old. Who wants me? Let's stop that. This is beautiful Maylin. She was a young mom, married and divorced. Learning her self-love skills of the inner child and removing the saboteur has led her down the path of relationship success and business success. Developing and using the skills to tame her saboteur has changed Maylin's life. Love and money have the same energy. Do you hear that, ladies? Love and money have the same energy. Step 4, master your inner critic. The truth about the inner critic is you say the meanest things to yourself. Within the first 2 hours of waking, you say 17 negative messages to yourself. If you don't get a handle on your inner critic, you will not be able to rise out of the self-condemnation. Your inner critic will tell you that you are not good enough for your man, leaving you in a puddle of emotions. Your emotional intelligence, your EQ, is depending on your inner personal growth. Once you master, your inner critic disappears and allows you to celebrate your newfound confidence and love. Your inner dialogue becomes kind and supportive. Your relationships are more apparent who matters to you most. You open yourself up to having an emotionally evolved man. Your intimacy becomes more fun and exciting. You learn to trust you. Your confidence level becomes powerful. Without confidence, you won't feel comfortable in the relationship. You won't understand all the nuances of the interactions with your man. You will still stay in the space of mistrust. You won't be able to see through your own brilliance and see you won't go after what you truly want. Life is much darker and not as much fun. This is a really sweet little quote over here. Sometimes it is not the lack of ability, but the lack of confidence that prevents us from achieving what we really want. Sometimes it's doable, but self-doubt makes it impossible. Leaving behind the meanest girl you'll meet. The ways to move beyond the inner critic is to be aware of your thoughts. Here's how it works. We actually go in through a meditative process and remove the negative energy. We begin at age 3 and move on from there. The mirror work is specific to our inner reflection work we do. I instruct all clients on a step-by-step basis. This is what most people tell me. The mirror work and the inner child are the 2 most powerful functioning tools that have changed their life. Most women I work with, not only do they find love and get that balanced out, but their income increases because of who they are and understanding all of this. Confidence is built by understanding your own beauty, which we connect to during the feminine process, the inner child process, the mirror work, and more. Your inner critic is the meanest girl you'll ever meet. When you recognize this, the energy drops away and you can begin to be gentle with yourself. And then you become able to enjoy a healthy relationship. Here's Jody's story. She wanted a new life. She felt stuck in her marriage and at 48 wanted something that felt alive. Her inner critic kept her feeling trapped. Using the tools of mirror work, the inner child, and mindset, she shifted the way she saw herself. Today, Jody has rebuilt her relationship with her husband and had recreated her life to fit her. Really beautiful when a woman can actually work through and recreate a relationship with the man that she's loved forever, even if she thought at first that she wanted a divorce. And working through things, she shifted that. Not everybody does. Some people move on, some people change. But I love this story. This woman's beautiful. Everyone's beautiful. I love them all. Step 5, work with a teacher, a love teacher, coach, or the other way around. Work with a love coach teacher. It's funny because I'm not an actress, right? I'm a real person who teaches from her heart as I go through all the subjects and the stuff. And so sometimes reading slides and things like this, because I'm not an actress, I don't memorize. It's not as comfortable as when we're speaking to a group of people or on stage just talking our talk. When you choose to change your life, or any aspect about yourself, the support of someone who has walked the road first makes the easiest path. Yes, that is my quote from a book. So when you work with the experienced love coach, they can see your blind spots, your blocks, and your disconnects. The path to your soulmate will be easier and clearer. Learning from someone who has experience will accelerate your growth. Having a mentor will remove the stress level. You will find having your own love GPS accelerates your movement to success. With a love coach for accountability, you'll be able to heal the wounds that have been with you for 20, 30 years and more. You'll feel firsthand how love fits in your life. You will see the areas that feel stuck, and you will learn to make confident changes. They're all the same. You won't feel like you are doing it alone. You will feel empowered and loved. A love coach will be able to tweak areas that are not working in your life. You will be able to see through the eyes of your coach's areas you have not explored. So this is where a coach will see your blind spots that you can't see. And they also allow you in to see areas that you haven't seen and how to shift and change them. You begin to recognize relationship patterns, habits, red flags. Going it on your own only leads to that repeated frustration that you've experienced on each date. Self-doubt, the same results you've been getting, and major frustration. As a love coach, no one else can do this for you. The 3 things. They'll see where you are stuck. They'll guide you into developing your inner value and self-love. They'll show you the path to your soulmate. As a love coach, I have 40 clients married, probably more now. Unaccountable soulmate connections, or uncountable soulmate connections. I support the journey into the experience of love. I guide you to remove the trauma and the drama that has stopped you. I teach you so you can do the rest by yourself. You're not held bound to me or anyone else. Here's Dion and her beautiful, successful story. Dion never thought she would find love again at her age. She was 57 when she came to me about 6 years ago. She also didn't know that she would be successful at building her new business that she wanted. And yes, she was in her late 50s when we began to working together. Working with me had her shift her love blocks and build a successful B&B. She met her husband, and now they're married 3 years. This is a really cool story because she was divorced, had her children grown, had this dream that, like a lot of women, when they come out of a relationship, they're very unhappy or disconnected and want to get back on track to feeling loved and beautiful. And so she had a dream that she wanted to, like many people, have a beautiful relationship, but she didn't know how to get there. She was one of my private clients. Actually, all the women you met were our private clients or were. She also had a vision that she wanted to create a B&B, which is a bed and breakfast, from the beach house that her family previously owned and came up on the market. And so she was able, through the work together, to buy that because she didn't have the finance or anything. We manifested everything. She created her own, so she created this business. She created this clarity within herself and removed her blocks. And guess what? This is so cool. I saw she was really struggling, and I said, just relax. He's going to come to you. He might even be one of the contractors. So just relax. She lived in a very remote area and was concerned that she wouldn't find quality men. And guess what happened? Just about right before we ended our sessions, our block of sessions together, she met her husband. Guess what? He was one of the contractors. unbelievable. This woman is just amazing. They are happily married. They run the B&B and they live in Canada, and they're extremely happy, and I'm extremely happy for her. And look at her beautiful parents. They're so excited. It's a really beautiful story. Today, I promise the real reason you're not attracting emotionally available men and how to shift your energy so you can, how to truly see your own value so you stop falling for the same guy being disappointed every time, the truth about a man's commitment level and the way he treats you. This is everything. Ladies, listen to me. A man is not going to ask for space, is not going to stop calling you, is not going to allow a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month go by if he's crazy about you. He is not going to do that. That's not how men operate. Men, male and females, operate differently. Men are more simple. They're hunters. They're suppliers. They solve problems, and they claim what's theirs. So if you're waiting around for a man who said, I'll be back, look again, look really hard, pray about it, because guaranteed it's not a relationship that's going to work. This came up on the call last night, and it's important for you to know. The exact 3 inner wounds that need to be healed before you'll be attractive to your ideal match. I promised you this, right? This information. Also, the #1 mindset shift that allows you to turn back the clock, heal the pain, and make love real for you. So look, here's the mindset trick that I teach my clients that works phenomenally well. Set your clock, your alarm, for morning, noon, and night. When your alarm goes off, have it set for what am I thinking about, or mindset. When it goes off, examine what you're thinking about or what you have been thinking about. Has it been negative towards you or anyone else? Are you thinking thoughts, ruminating in conversations that you don't need to expend your energy on? Your energy is invaluable for who you are. Do this 3 times a day. Begin to be aware of what's going on. And how do you break that? You literally tell yourself, I don't want to think like that. And you have to mean it. You have to at least begin to develop that and mean it. If you can't think of something else and get out of that monkey mind, and it's right there just going over round and round and round, change it. Turn music on. Start dancing. Start thinking about puppies, kitties, or bunnies, or something that your children did when they were really little that was adorable. Change the energy instead of staying in that negative, stale place. You are valuable. Your energy is valuable. What you hold on to and what you think about is so valuable. Don't give it up to anyone else. Here's the 5 steps to master your results. Love yourself first. Shift your trauma story, tame your saboteur, and master your inner dialogue. Master your inner critic. I love this one. They put this guru part in here. It's funny. That's my assistant. Work with a love guru, putting the 5 steps together to literally bring you a new empowered life. I like to be called a teacher or a coach, not a guru, but I thought it was cute. You become the goddess that you seek. These are the 5 steps to master for your results. This is what will come from everything. Now you have a defining moment right here, right now. You've seen this, you felt it, you're committed and attached to the conversation, you're in it. You can stay exactly where you are with the mean girl, or you can change and commit to the work so you can bring in your soulmate. You can change your life. But this is a commitment from you, a choice. We all have choices. Life is a choice. Do I want to take this road or that road? Do I want vanilla or chocolate ice cream? What do I want for dinner? These are all glorious choices. Begin to feel empowered by your choices. How I can help. I've set time aside to speak with you over the next 3 days about how you can apply these strategies for your love life right away. Guess what? The cost is free. Who is this for? Anyone who actually wants to find love and to be loved deeply. Anyone who is looking for a deep connective love, whether you have a significant other or not. Anyone who wants to free themselves from the discomfort of the emotional baggage. Anyone who has ever dreamed of true love and soulmates. You. Who is this not for? Those who don't care about love. Anyone who believes they are in control and can control another person. Narcissist. Not willing to change. Not investing in yourself. That's who this is not for. Anyone who is in alignment with that. Why we're doing this? On the call, you'll get totally clear about the love you want and the exact steps you should take to get the love you seek in your man. And if you want my expertise in guiding you, and it's the right fit, I may invite you to become one of the newest members into my Make Love Real program. When we partner together, you will see a rapid shift in the way you treat yourself and respond to yourself. You will no longer allow the wrong boy to take the place of the right man. You will discover your own confidence that allows you to shine beautifully. You will gain the skills necessary to think, speak, and feel in the language of love. Your inner love grows and expands, so the men who are drawn to you are naturally more loving. Open your browser and go book a call with one of my love goddesses on the team. The URL here is womenmakingmiracles.as.me/masterclass. It was truly a pleasure to speak with you, and do set an appointment to have a conversation to see if this is a great fit, because this is the work that literally for 12 years has changed thousands of lives. There are many different relationship coaches out there, all wanting to do the same thing, but not everyone has the right kit or toolkit in order to support you. So open your browser and go book a call with one of my love goddesses on my team. You'll love it. Bye-bye.